BIKEYAH Freedom Delegation. I, Nine, Diplomat number 13-032. Tkodicinin schlepet an ibashis chin. There's a Sunday net that should chase listening to net that should null. On Thursday, November 6th at 7:20 p.m. Arizona time, reservation time, Gregorian calendar time. This is mostly for my own records. And I'm doing this. I know many of you don't know how to fucking read or understand, comprehend the spells on paper, even though you are playing the SSN card, an entity. Something's wrong with your shit brains that you still can't understand as many times as I've gone through this shit. I lost count now how many times I've done this, recorded it, been to jail, talked from jail on phones to a lot of different people during the process of it. I've been set up too many times now. And this one I went out there to go to Winslow, Arizona to take some Navajo tea over there. And go visit a incorporated medicine man at the Indian Health Service, Winslow, because I needed some cedar and some prayers to to be said, and I was asking for a direction to where is a true Hatkati, the kind that doesn't charge thousands and thousands of dollars like these Avery Denny's and these other famous kind on YouTube and whatever doctor agent that they are today. But I was hoping that Dr. Yazi would point me to a Hatkati that might help me with the enemy way, as I am still battling with the enemy, which is called Enaa, and the Nekeche Enaa is this right there. Enaa have been after me all of my life, ever since I am a juvenile, young, was trying to fit in over there at Winslow, Navajo County. I met a lot of you over there. While I was trying to play Apple citizen with you, knowing that I'm a Twitichini, born for Betani. So this is a filing I filed at the court clerk of the Supreme Court, Arizona. Attention clerk, I am submitting the writ of mandate for a special priority case number in and for the case number J0902 CM 2025 000364. This complaint number and case number 220250025 and 24 CF12865. That's out of California. This one, CF, California. I was arrested and taken to this judge, B.J. Little, Winslow Justice Court. And then I was taken, kidnapped to Navajo County Sheriff's Office jail over there. In that Superior Court of the state of Arizona, in and for the county of Navajo, the state of Arizona versus Joe Emerson. In the interest of justice, Navajo County government commits fraud upon the courts in violation of the Two Rowampum Treaty Belt 1612 Constitution Article 6 Section 2 and 28 USC 607, the practicing of law when you all get paid from the same entity, etc. And I put my mark on the said writ of mandate under penalty of perjury, pursuant to the Two Wampum Treaty Belt, and a peaceful coexistence for a time immemorial. This I did in September 15, around 3 p.m. here in DINE, BIKEYAH, as a tribe of Navajo, 1868. Nine, diplomat number 13-032. Proclaiming full right of authoring of this word structure. Happy Friday the 13th. By author, a living man, Nine. While you are all SSN, playing dead and loving it, there is a sovereign DINE, BIKEYAH, live in law and inland and native survivor. While you are all playing entity, I enclose one-page cover sheet. This 5 pages affidavit declaration is also the form to proceed and free. But a habeas corpus, you don't have to pay for it. These, you don't have to pay for it. So there's 6 pages ready for docking. There's 7 pages of a habeas corpus. That's what I talked about on the cover. That's filed into the Superior Court. And there's a Winslow Justice Court complaint, and there's a default judgment against this name right here, Joe Emerson, and there's the complaint numbers on that default judgment. So up here is the name of Navajo County, B.J. Little, and all these people up here. So this is a default judgment. When that happens, you file a treason against the judge. Right here, he's going against making up a fiction entity, and he's trying to collect a default judgment out of the social security number, even though he has no consent, no signatures, no nothing to an entity, not by me. And I already explained it to him through a power of attorney that I own any name, forward, backwards, up, down, sideways, backwards. If you attach a certain SSN number to it, I've already won the Social Security account. So I enclose all this. This is like an index of everything right here of what I put in to send to these Attorney General Chris Mays. Right here is real important. This is a case that is censored right here. 7-page court of claims. State of New York claim number 1289 is in here. And the disposition of the case 1310007, State of New York versus NINEE. And I put the counter complaint and the questions to this in appeal. right here. So this has already been done. What I'm doing again right here back in 2016. Right there's the index number of an example of something that I already won and went as far as claiming 27 charges of genocide. These entities arrest me and try to prosecute me as the social security number that I took away from them. So they want it back. And so be careful, you sovereigns that are really sovereign. And I know what you go through if you really are sovereign. I go through it. But in this New York one, it was dismissed for lack of jurisdiction. And here is the same problem that the state of Arizona, entity, Duns and Bradstreet, articles of incorporation, can they provide the burden of proof signed instrument and made in 1948 where the clan mothers and headmen signed over a jurisdiction to the state of New York or the state of Arizona. If and are the treaties the supreme law of the land? If it is, the leagues of Indian nations must have their agreements with their creator, their great spirit, and daughters of the great spirit pre-entering into any treaty with any foreigner or foreigners. The first rule of law here on Turtle Island are with the daughters of the great spirit. That means clan mothers. So this is all filed over there at the Supreme Court. This is the second time I did this now. They rejected one of them because I didn't write the case number in there that I'm appealing. And there's the case number right there. It's the Navajo County Board of Supervisors. And all these people get paid from the same place. That this city defined what is a city when using the title of City of Winslow, Navajo County. That this city defines what is a state and define what is the people of the state of Arizona. And that this city defined body politic, person, and individual in use of a summons. And these case numbers right here. I have no challenge for the record as I am a living sovereign Kodachini Dinehman. Nene, diplomat number 13-032, issued from Lakota Free and Independent Lakota Nation. According to the laws of equity, the state was supposed to protect the women and children of this country. According to your laws, you deemed the people disabled by legal claim, making all men and women disabled, whereby without recourse and with the right to remain silent on all matters you probate of your estate for your enjoyment, excluding the living man or woman. However, it shall be without my signature nor my consent. Those in receivership at this locale are men and women of the preamble status quo antebellum in law of survivorship live inland. There are no persons in care of local as defined by the bar. To entertain this matter would be in violation of the Copyright Act and the Crown Copyright Act U.S. model, whereas per the Crown Copyright in the information age, the U.S. model excerpt states in it means you can't use my stuff unless if you're under the same rule of law and I rule as a headman. with authority bestowed under a clan mother, the daughter of the Great Spirit, the daughter of White Shell Woman, Yoshke Sa, name is San Neze. We're from over here, AZ, Seyet Doshi, Hankitet Nol Khad. We were forced out of Seyet to 4 years of prisoners of war at Fort Sumner. Every day I wake up with that bitter taste of 1868 that my people were forced to make agreements with the cavalry, Kit Carson, under extreme duress, guns, bayonet, sword, hunger, disease, Fort Two Cannons, you slaughtered many, beheaded many of the Ne people. This is the way I avenge them. This is the way I hang you for treason. B.J. Little, Katie Hobbs, and company. Carnuti, Cardenas, you handcuffed us. You handcuffed me. Sheriff Klaus, Desi Garcia, you held me in solitary confinement, trying to get my fingerprints to a false entity name. Under the orders of your board of supervisors and one white mountain Apache, Donna Nafe's white singer. Winslow PD in alliance with Arizona Department of Public Safety, stormtroopers, Winslow PD and that one Hopi. Call out your souls in payment. You all work under Department of Transportation, Navajo County Board of Supervisors, Whiting. Call out your soul. All of these entities and all of this court shit, people, Romans included, Roman court system, French court system, Winslow justice court system, Arizona judicial court system. That means at all corporate parties right here of these guys. Katie Hobbs, principal bonding agent, Chris Mays. So this lady's out right now. This is legit right here. So this lady's acting as the governor right now. This lady's caught up in a court case right here with me. So you go to this lady, all of you, right here, Chris Mays. The living is taking this lady right here that you guys call governor to court. So we have a date for these things, and these are all filed over there. Supreme Court, 56 pages of it. Everything that's on that, and this writ of habeas corpus was already entered into the Superior Court in Navajo County. Division 3, Judge Clark released, they got hold of California, and California released the warrant on this Joe Emerson character. Because of this right here, I wrote this notice to the agent, notice to the principal agents, Katie Hobbs, let's call it, habeas corpus, that I, non-trustee, non-citizen, a living sovereign, Twitachini, the headman, Nine, diplomat number 13-032, under the authority of clan mother, a son, Naza, yellow hair, gives a writ mandate order habeas corpus pursuant to the Truro Wampum Treaty Belt and United States Constitution, Article 6, Section 2, Supremacy Clause. Treaties are the supreme law of the land. The Superior Court of the State of Arizona in and for the County of Navajo, Duns and Bradstreet number is mandated to release the living body of a living headman, Nine, diplomat number 13-032 under his clan mother, son, Neza. August 13, 2025, I was released 30 minutes after I turned this in. All of my previous cases were dismissed for a lack of jurisdiction, which resulted in Nine filing multiple claims of genocide and attempting to human traffic and kidnap Nine by the use of his SSN number ending in 1234 to obtain state federal jurisdiction over a true living Twitachini hereditary headman under his clan mother's supreme authority. Truro Wampum Treaty Belt 1612. Whereas there is authenticated certificates of no records, Joe Emerson Corporation or a limited liability company in and for the state of Arizona, signed by Secretary of State Adrian Fontes. So all my court cases that I could remember, I threw them on there. In all cases aforementioned, the state, not the state republic, attempted to hold the living body of Nine as a fictitious entity name by unlawfully using his social security number ending in 1234. I, Twitachini clan, born for Bitani clan, a living sovereign Dineman, Nine, diplomat number 13-032, under the authority of clan mother, invokes your constitutional oaths. Invoke your constitutional oaths. And to the state republic for which it stands, Article 3, Section 2, jurisdiction. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. All rise from the ashes. Quit playing dead. Get off your fingers wet. Pursuant to the Living Truro Wampum Treaty Belt 1612 AD and a peaceful coexistence with my neighbors, for as long as the sun shines, the grass grows and the river flows, for a time immemorial. Pursuant to the Living Chanupa Treaty, White Buffalo Calf Peace Pipe Treaty, for a time immemorial. Pursuant to the Living Rosetta Stone Treaty, carved in stone, for as long as the sun shines, the grass grows and the river flows, for a time immemorial. This Rosetta Stone is held at Museum from your eyes. Pursuant to the 1868 treaty that we, the original hereditary clans, matriarch clans, have never agreed to break our agreements. That means Twitachini Kiaani Hanagani Hashklishni. That we never agreed to break our agreement with our Diyin creator by pricking our newborn children's foot heels in blood oath sacrifice to any entity corporation of the United States Cavalry and or any military branch 1868 treaty is made with the tribe of Navajos. Chief Manilito, Chief Manilito, and headmen have never made any treaty with the de facto state of Arizona, Duns and Bradstreet Number Corporation, as the living man may not commingle with the dead entity. Ignorance of this rule of law is no excuse. Under penalty of perjury, I autograph and enter the writ of mandate order, habeas corpus. Now, what's wrong with all of you apples and 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 oranges and whatever kind of monkey you are today? I don't know what species you are today, what kind of a male dog or a female dog you are, or if you understand the language you are speaking at all. But here is boys little went against this wrong name, made it up, and tried to pin me on it. They tried to get $50,000 off of me. Right there, 50,000. Right there, you see it? Everybody was trying. This is going on since a year ago, October 24th, 23rd, 25th, 20. There was in Siskiyou County. They tried to call me this name right here. I filed federal charges on the. So this is all the way over here to Winslow. That these guys tried to say that, oh, Katie Hobbs said we can arrest you and get 50,000 each if we pull this job off, this military operation. Now I got out before the 26th right there. I got out before the 26th right here. In my court with the writ of habeas corpus. So BJ Blowjob Little got served 2 times at this place. One of these writ orders, they closed it. Here's the proof of where he tries to say that there is a default judgment of a ghost. How the fuck is the ghost and a default judgment? So this motherfucker needs to be hung, BJ Blowjob Little. And he's pulled this kind of shit on all of you Navajos and Hopis and Apaches and Mexican and white patriot. Look at that fucking asshole right there. Look, this is your judge right there. This is what you gotta do to them. They take Bible oaths. And they're all in cahoots. So Gavin Newsom type of fuckers is a principal agent in California where they pulled this job on me over there. I ended up in a court case over there, took it all the way to federal, to Supreme Court. I put all of them in fraud upon the court. And I came back to check on my Hogan, and these fuckheads arrested me over here in Winslow and tried to get 50,000 and chip in with old Gavin Newsom, this fucking cunt whore, Katie Hobbs. So fuck all you guys over there. And right now she's out of her chair as the governor. Where is the military? Again, like I said, I invoke right here, Article 3, right here. Under the authority of Clan Mother, I invoke your constitutional oaths and to the state republic for which it stands. All rise. Now, this fucking cunts and these fucking bastards supposed to be hanging from goddamn the fucking nearest pole. So, green light, everybody who understands this rule of law. I got out on the contents of this right here authority. My own authority, Nine's authority under his clan mother's son, Neze. And he gives you, the entity, a mandate order to habeas corpus, release the living body, pursuant to the Tura Wampum Treaty Belt. If I have you in court and I ask you, what's your authority to bring me in this court? And you have to answer truthfully to me, just like I have to answer truthfully to you. In some cases, the judge has ran out of the courtroom and never returned because there's someone that's supposed to be recording this, what we're saying, and audio in transcript or video or all of the above. If the judge, pursuant to this, if I say pursuant to this Tura Wampum Treaty Belt and Article 6, Section 2, Supremacy Clause, treaties are the supreme law of the land. If I ask the judge, what is your authority and what is your jurisdiction to bring me in this courtroom? And if the judge answered correctly, he would say, I don't have no authority. I'm your slave. They don't want to get caught in the courtroom for treason, telling the truth to the Bible or the Crown or the Vatican. And to tell the truth to me under the sun and the moon is a little bit, as you know, universal law happens, a matter of national security. So there you go, everyone. The pen is mightier than the sword. On Navajo Code Talker Day, I avenged you, military people. Remind yourselves what kind of an oath you took. And I would be trying to make sure that you know what you are standing on here today. And that you are expected to protect the living man, woman, child, that even though they don't know that these court cases have been done for them, that doesn't mean that it's not done. It was done, and the entity media source censors this type of court case. You don't hear it on Arizona Family News, Arizona. You don't hear it on ABC, Phoenix, Arizona, Flagstaff News, Winslow, Painted Desert newspaper, or the Navajo Times, or the Hopi Navajo Observer paper. But I think that all of you would agree that this is top news, and they've been trying to kill me over this stuff for a while now. And They have not succeeded. So again, to all of you, you entities, there's rules in place that say that the dead may not just commingle with the living, and so we have problems right here. You can't just, I don't just walk up to you and shoot you, and you can't just fucking walk up to me and shoot me. You're plain dead already. I don't gotta fucking lift up one finger. You're already dead to me. So I would suggest you understand what role you are today. Are you wearing a coyote skin, a sheep skin? Are you what today? Hola. But I wanted to inform any and all of you clan mothers, Dahlia, and headmen, the Natani, the one that still hold an oath to Digin, and Us and Shitkat Digin, and Hizani Nakahastui. I am at Ni 1868 at gmail.com. Nine 1868 at gmail.com. For your information, if you go look up the United States Articles of Incorporation, whereby they're defining the United States as a private business, current status active, and then you go look on Duns and Bradstreet, it'll say out of business. It's been out of business since I did this a long time ago, 2012. Notarized by a notary from Apache County. Said that I'm alive. There's your seal. Oh, yate everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.